Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition. And let's just get it started up now. Right, first thing you come across is the character creation screen. Sex, male. Your classes, basically, it doesn't matter too much, so don't worry too much about picking a starting class really, because you can do anything with any character you want. All it depends on is certain equipment will have certain requirements. So like you might need 30 dexterity to use a certain axe or something. As long as you've put the points into that later on, you can still use it regardless of what you started as. Of course, you'll mean you can't use it till way later, but... So really, it's just helpful for your starting class and equipment really. Like if you start as a knight, you'll get kitted out like you see there, and so on and so forth. Now, personally, I've played this game before, and I think personally for me, the easiest starting class was the Pyromancer. Probably because you get not bad equipment actually. You've got poison resist basic that comes as standard with the robe, well, tattered robe thing he's got. I have a crappy little shield and axe, which is fine, but you can also lob fireballs, which you don't need intelligence for, and you don't need to spec anything into the sorcery side of it at all. But you can still use magic, so it's definitely worth doing. Gift. I'm trying to think what's best really. Starting off, you're probably best off going for the Master Key, purely because you'll open up different areas early, really, that you couldn't get to later on. It's just handy for gear sakes, really. Especially if you're playing it for the first time as well. Yes, I've got a really camp-looking character. How do I do this now? To be honest. Let's get it started up quick so the video's not too long.
In the age of ancient.
Now the intro is interesting. It's actually really a good watch, but it doesn't really make much sense until you've probably cleared it a couple of times, to be honest, because you don't really get plot or anything in the game. It is just literally the lore is hidden throughout the world, and I think really the world itself is the lore. So don't be expecting quests or anything like that.
Yes,
literally,
indeed.
you start off the game worse than nothing. Literally worthless. Dumped in the Undead Asylum, as you can see, which is where they throw the Undying, and this is it. That's how you start off. Could be a little rusty because I've not played it for a little while, but I know he's stood there crying, but let's face it, he's undying, so he'll pop back up soon anyway. You'll see on the bottom right, that number 20 at the moment, it should pop up in a second. Basically, every time you kill something, you will get souls, basically, which are the only currency in the game. Basically, it's used to level up, used to buy weapons, used to buy armour, used to increase armour and weapons, so it's beyond valuable, really. Which is why I'm just taking the time to kill these. See what I was saying about on the bottom left? You'll see I've already got 8 fireballs already. Now, I haven't got the glove I need to actually fire it, which I'll pick up shortly. Basically, these bonfires that you can light, once you've lit it, when you die, not if, you will pop straight back to here. You lose all your souls, which will drop on the ground where you died. You'll get 1 life. You'll respawn back at the last bonfire, and you can go back and reclaim them. But if you die on the way to collect your souls that you dropped, that's it. They're gone forever. So you have to be careful of that. Bear in mind, I've only got a broken sword at this point. I'll probably just spoil that for people who have never played this game. Jesus wept. Basically, there is a little door here. That's it. And then you were perfectly safe. Although, actually, he has killed me there before. Yes. I think really that's a brief introduction to the world of Dark Souls, really. You get murdered straight away. Because the first time I played the game, I got killed repeatedly. Until I realised, actually, yeah, you just run. Which a lot of this game is about that. Basically, if you get hit as well, you can come back to rest at the bonfires, which will also restore your health potions. But the downside of that, you have to use them tactically. It will respawn everything you have just killed. So it's knowing when to use them, really. Equip the shield I just picked up. Now, if you're pressing L and R buttons on the top, L button is for holding up the shield. You just hold it down, run towards this guy. And R button just to whack through. There we go. Equip the axe. And R2 also does like a heavy attack, which really should only be using when you know what you're doing, really, because you'll just... It takes a little longer and uses a lot more stamina. You see at the top left, where just under the red bar, every time you whack or get hit, you'll eat down your stamina. So you can't just constantly block everything, because every time you get hit, it'll knock some of your stamina off. As soon as it's depleted, anything you then block will stagger you, leave you wide open to then be slaughtered by whatever's just hit you. Please roll at that part. Giant ball rolls down and kills you again if you're not sure what you're doing.
Oh, I wished you... Regrettably.
Just keep talking to him and he will eventually give you this Estus flask, which is basically their health potions in the game. So for the love of God, do not miss this one. These little red notes that you see, this is just a tutorial area, so these are all by the designers. But as you get into the actual game, you'll see players putting them down, and you can actually put them down yourself. Take him out. Basically, it's just so you can get one, like, danger ahead or trap ahead or try jumping off. Which sometimes you can believe them, and other times you've got to be wary, because some people will say, like, try jumping off next to a ledge and think, oh good, there's a secret item down there. Jump off, and it's just a trick. Someone's just laughing their ass off at the other end. Because also you can see the death animations. If anyone's died recently near you, you get a little... You'll have a different coloured one of these, really. It'll be a blood stain. If you click the blood stain, you can watch how that person died. You don't see what killed them. You'll see exactly what they did. So if you see them run off a ledge, well, you'll basically see them run off a ledge. Be careful at this part. Ah, it's moving. Just equip this. Basically, if it just picks up this now, you will not find this unless you're a pyromancer. Oh shit, hang on, I put it in the wrong. Basically, when you equip that by pressing the D-pad right, swap between axe and fireball, and basically I can now fire fireballs. Quick tip, run off it, press R1 to whack on the way down, knock a ton of its health off in one go. And now just... I mean, you still have to be careful here, to be honest. Shitting shit, hang on. Ah. And that's what happens when you die. Yes, as you can see, I'm an elite player of this, and can one-shot anything. That's really slightly... Oh well, right. See what I mean about the respawns now. Counter at the bottom now says 0. Just dropped on. Oh, you little shit, come here. Rawr. Probably not helped by the fact I'm trying to rush this whilst I'm doing this. This is not a game you can rush. You try and rush, go fast at any point, you'll get your ass handed to you. Nearly did again then. Look, stamina went so staggered. What you can also do is press triangle, or what is on the Xbox? Y. That's Y, isn't it? And you can dual. Well, hold your weapon with 2 hands, which basically does a lot more damage, but you then can't block. So you have to be careful when you use that one as well. If you press the right stick in, it'll lock on to the closest thing to you. If you can then press left and right once you're locked on, and it'll swap targets. And that's very, very handy in certain situations. Let's try this again, shall we? Let's drink this, because I probably won't get time on from down there. If I die again, I'm just going to quit and hand in my geek badge. It's hardly sure what happened there. Right, reclaim. See that? Just reclaimed himself now, got me. Rule of thumb with most bosses in this game: if he's got a tail, attempt to cut it off. Because usually they'll drop something like an axe or a rare weapon or something. Don't think this one though. Ah, Jesus wept. Oh, you son of a bitch. No! 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 Oh dear. I've cleared this game, honest. Not for a while, but oh Christ almighty. Oh dear. Pissant Gollum wannabe, die! This is really one of those games I shouldn't have recorded live. Just recorded the time I did it perfect and then talked over it as if I did it in the first try. I think it's also... I can make it mix. It's also probably because this character's level 1. Pays off later on. Oh, you little bald bastard! Right, drink that. We're off again. Dual wield the damn thing this time. Jump off, whack! Shitloads off. Again, don't forget. Really help if we actually log. No, what are you doing? Here's what I mean about fireballs, which apparently do a shit ton of damage to him. No, roll, roll, fuck you! See what I mean about the Pyromancer glove being awesomely overpowered for early on. See, you doddle. Bloody hell. Right. And we're off again.